Hello, this is going to be a quick training on how to ring out a phone in RQ4 after you've sold it in Citrix. So what we're going to do first is in RQ4 we're going to go to customers, and we're either going to create the customer as a new customer if they've never been a customer before, or we're going to search a customer that's already in our database. I have a go-to here. Her name is Jane Fake Sale. That will process this transaction under. So once we create the customer, we're gonna there's gonna be a button up here that says New Sale. So we're gonna go ahead and hit that. It's gonna take us into the New Sale console once my internet catches up. And then from here, what you would do is scan in the IMEI. I don't have a scanner here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually type it in. So up here I'm going to put the IMEI we're selling, and I'll hit add. From there, we're going to see the next pop-up box. We just have to answer some questions. You see in the top left, you see the customer's name, you see the device, the IMEI, and there's a little asterisk next to it showing we need to have something there. So we click the term type. Is it a new line? Is it an upgrade? The other is if they're just buying the phone outright. I know that is not something we do often, but if they're doing it, that's where we would do that. So let's hit new activation, and then from here it's going to select the term. Are we financing it, and is it a new act on prime? Is it a subprime based on their credit class? Are they bringing their own device, which they're not in this case because we rung it out of our system, or is it prepaid? So let's do a new act prime, and then the rate plan. This is where we have to be very careful to select the right one so it populates the right amount. Is it a line 1 on T-Mobile One? Is it a line 4 or 5? Is it a line 9 through 12? Or are there some other plans in here as well that we could select from? But most of our activations would be T-Mobile One, so be very mindful as to which one we're selecting. Let's say this is the second phone on the account and the T-Mobile One, and they are enrolled in AutoPay. So I'm going to select that one. And I'm going to put the phone number that they purchased. So the phone number for that line that they're buying, and then I'm going to hit continue. From here, it goes into some optional add-ons. One of them is, did we sell Jump? If we sold Jump with this, we can just hit the plus, and it'll add it right here if we sold Jump. Additionally, we want to mark the customer's credit class here. So if they were a credit class C, we can select that here. If they were a credit class A, we would select that here. So we'll say this line was a credit class A, and hit continue. Here would be if they were required to pay a deposit, we would mark that down here. So right here, we're going to say that we're going to continue without a deposit because they were credit class A. Alright, and then our next system is going to ask for a tracking number a couple of times. What that is the phone number for that line again. Alright, and then for the Jump, it's asking right here, if you can see in the top of this box, it'll say for Jump, what line are you adding it to. Alright, then it gives us a breakdown of everything. The biggest thing I want you to look at is if you hit show cost right here, it's going to show the gross profit of this sale. Very important for our payouts. So in addition to that, it's going to break down all the other fees. The customer is not going to see this, but this is just for our tracking. When we hit checkout, it's going to take us to the next screen. The next screen is probably for you the most important thing. So if we're selling something, we want to get paid for it, right? So I will, let's see. You can start typing your name and one will come up. Make sure there's whoever is getting commission for it will show up in this section here. And we don't actually take payments in RQ4, but we've got to tender it out. So I would just select cash, and the balance, we're paying the balance due, okay, and then we just go ahead and hit tender. I'm not going to hit tender right now because that'll take that phone out of Anderson's inventory. Very simple process to ring it out. This invoice will actually show up under the customer section right here in the history after we tender it out, so we could always reference back to that and even reach back out to the customer. So in short, that's how to ring out a phone in RQ4.